Hello Libra, welcome to my YouTube channel, and thank you to everybody who has subscribed to my channel, left a comment or comments and thumbs up, and either on my YouTube channel or my Facebook page. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I invite you to do that now or at the end of the video. So I'm just feeling like I'm really wanting to like chat, talk today. So they're moving quite quickly, the energy today. So I'm just going to slow it down a little bit, because I just noticed myself just getting a little bit tongue-tied there. So anyway, I'll just take a breath and just get them to pull their energy back, because I know they're a little bit keen today. So anyway, whew, okay, so here we go. So thank you for all that. So just a reminder that these reads, the messages that come through, are general, so they may or may not resonate with you right now, but they may be more so in the future, because it might be more of a forecast for you. So if it does, then wonderful, we have free will. So, and if it doesn't, once again, we have free will whether you choose to take that message or not. So, but like I say, it may be more of a future reading for you or message for you. And then the other thing is, check out one of your other signs. So you may be, like for instance, this reading is for Libra. So Libra may be in your chart, in your astrological chart, and so it could be another sign of, your Sun, Moon, Rising, and or Venus sign for you. So, okay. They want to call it energy, and I keep saying sign, but it's like energy for you. So there may be something that there's like correcting. There's a little bit of like hesitancy and moving forward for some of you, but some of you that's just making sure that you've dotted your I's and crossed your T's and before you make your point. So which is kind of why they like in the beginning, which is which is why there was a little bit of, the energy was just flowing, starting to get going before and flow into that. But it's like, no, hang on a minute, there's like checking something out, or there may be a little bit of hesitancy in moving forward in some way, around something, okay? So anyway, where are we going? I'm just going to talk to them and just get them to tally-ho. Wait a moment. Okay, so once again, going back to my introduction, so there may be you checking out one of your other signs that could give you a overall comprehensive, or whatever you like to call, which word you like to choose, is overview of what is going on for you in these next couple of weeks. So okay, so today is the 30th of December that I'm recording this, and this reading is from the 1st of January through to the 15th of January 2020. So this is like give or take a few days, maybe a week or so each way, depending on what your story is for you, and it's on your journey in this lifetime at this moment. So the other thing is, like I was going to say, or just wanted to remind everybody, if you don't know what your signs are, there is a link in the description box below that is that will take you to a website that has a free calculator on it. The other thing is, I just want to mention before I get into the reading, is that I am back at work officially next week on Monday. So if you're wanting to book a reading or a healing session with me, let me know. You get my details out in the description box below, and as to how you can make contact with me to book an appointment. Okay, today, where are we going? So today, it's like there's a lot of ancestral stuff that has been coming up, and as I was sitting and prepping and clearing my space, or this workspace that I'm doing these videos in, there was ancestral stuff come up. So there may be some things that some of yous are carrying from the past, like it could be like through the parents, through the grandparents, and blah blah blah, whatever it is. There's some ancestral stuff that's coming through. So for this lifetime, so on saying that, for some of yous, it may be that, and some past life stuff that's come up. I want to say stuff because it's quite wide and varied. There are different things that are happening, you know, around with you. So it's like experiences that are happening in your life, situations that maybe you've noticed that are repeating in your genealogy and that sort of thing, or your whakapapa if you're in Māori and New Zealand, you'll understand that. So, you know, so some of that stuff may be coming up, because today is, you know, a full moon, and we have a full moon, and it's, so things maybe have been coming up for you in the last, you know, couple of weeks, couple of days, even more so, to more in your face or more in your energy to release what doesn't serve you, so for your highest good and for the greater good of one and all. So there may be where they're going. I just feel like there's, because what I'm seeing is like there's a whole lot of, there's like an opening or a clearing of the way. The way is opening and clearing for you, for a lot of you, should you choose to not resist whatever is coming up for you, to allow it to allow yourself to view it, look at it, you know, respond to it in a loving way, in releasing it. So there's that acceptance, releasing about what was going on, but viewing it, you know, acknowledging, that's the word I want to use as well, as you're moving forward in this lifetime, in this journey, like where you are right now as you're going into this new year. So far out. So I'm just going to talk to them, because there's a lot of energy, lot of going on. So you may be having, you know, a lot of things coming at you at the moment, like to process and to release, but also like some things that you've put out. It's like there's energy there. You're feeling more so now that you can run towards or walk towards or meet or greet whatever you've put out for in the past. Like you've put out from, you know, okay, where they go. You've put out for you to succeed. They're being very mindful about how they are wording things. Okay, so this spirit and the energy of Libra is being very mindful of how she's wording things, how he's wording things, how they're wording things. Is because there's that, and you know, we're in this intentional phase at the moment, and when we're releasing, then we're actually opening up the portal or the gateway for us to move into our future, our intentions. So being very, very mindful about what you are putting out there for, and you know, if this is about you may be, some of you may be really super feeling it like instantaneously almost, that when what you're like manifesting or putting out there, it's like you're seeing it coming back or coming to you or being there almost instantaneously. So this is why it's being, they're being very careful about how they are saying things. So there may be a sense about with you that you maybe like finding yourself rushing a bit, and then all of a sudden you may be finding yourself slowing down. So, or like just winding down and taking things easy, taking things slow. So I'm hearing what Spirit is saying is not getting caught, or the energy of Libra is saying not getting caught up in being in walking your own walk, basically, and talking your talk, being in your own energy and not allowing others to rush you, basically, because there's something that you are processing that is that you're needing to, like, almost, I'm hearing the word for a lot of you is like finalize something, and be super clear about whatever it is, or something where you're leaving and you're going into or shifting through at the moment. So it's very, very interesting. So anyway, I'm just going to get on with okay, no, I'm not. They're just saying take a moment, take a breath. So what I'm hearing is that is like if you've parked up meditation for a little bit and you maybe haven't been meditating, and that's something that you're used to do, bring it back in. It's really an amazing tool, and if you've just been doing it, you know, less often, and then, you know, up the ante up about with that, and because this is what is going to help you to be, you know, finding that stillness, so you can be in that still, so you can hear, see, feel, know, taste, sense, you know, sense with all your senses, your energy and how and the messages or the guidance that you are wanting to receive is deep within, and connecting with source or your guides and your helpers is there. So so they're there to help you, guide you with the steps that you are looking to take, or you're contemplating taking in this near future. Okay, so some of you may not be listening, so I'm just hearing, and there may be a bit of like resistance listening because my right ear is a little bit itchy there, and I just wanted to like give it a little scratch there. So, and you may have had some action there. Somebody's been trying to communicate with you and you're not listening. Okay, so maybe for some of you it's a male energy, could be either in the physical and or in the spirituals, in the spiritual realm. So, and it could be your guide. So you'll know who they are if you if you're understanding this message. So anyway, so we're doing the flow today, or the spread. The flow today is or this week is mind, body, spirit, soul. So we're going to take a look at that, and in the recent past going through into the now, and how what it might look like in the near future in this with the second row, and then we'll finish it off with in a bit of clarification with another deck. We'll see how we go. Okay, so anyway, we have the Queen of Cups first up at the moment. Okay, so there's an emotional female energy that may be in your space, and it may be you that is that emotional in an emotional space at the moment. So what I'm feeling is, and you may be, some of you, I'm feeling a good portion of you is maybe more so in control in a healthy way of your emotions, and knowing what is, being able to discern what is when you're in fight or flight emotion, and not doing things impulsively, or whether you are in emotion, energy in motion, and you're moving in revealing, moving through, understanding your emotions more, in a way is in releasing, grief, or in whatever form grief comes for you or just, things of the past, things that may have upset you, and that's, or maybe things that are upsetting you like right now. So, but I do feel like there's something about you moving through that, being in that, space of understanding now, and you may be, some of you may be quite emotional anyway right now, but it's like you're allowing yourself to be able, and honoring yourself to be able to express your emotions, but being in fully in, not so much, I want to say control, there's that word too, but it's like just being in your own power, being in your own knowing, and that it's it's these are, having emotions is healthy. So and I do feel like that you're in the sense of being in your own power, and your relationship with yourself. It's like with on an emotional connection with yourself and others is shifting and changing, and how you see things, feel things, and it's like you may be feeling, some of you may be feeling like your intuition is more bang on. Again, I feel like maybe it hasn't been so bang on in the last couple of weeks, couple of months, because of things that are going on that you may have been questioning yourself, and it's there, but it's like, damn, I didn't listen to that, and it's like, okay, but you did get that, so it wasn't fully a complete surprise on saying that. So there's something about and about your intuition. So, and she's opening up into the creative, allowing that creative side to come out, and this is like creatively thinking, doing things in all areas of life, not just in the arty-farty way like painting or anything like, or artwork. This is being creative in the way that you're dressing, being creative in the way that you are are doing cooking, being creative in the way that you are living your life, and making some changes. So in this deck, so I'm using the Starman Tarot deck, so in this deck, the Queen of Cups talks about, I am a conduit for peace, for powerful love. So that's moving into that energy and or carrying or continuing bringing that energy. When I say carrying that energy, that powerful love energy, it's like you're walking and talking, like you're more in that space now. Wow. So then we have the Four of Swords that came out with that together. So in the mind, so there's in the this is the mind, just reminding you that the Four of Swords, because this is about you, I feel, whereas I allow myself to rest in stillness. So bringing into that, that meditation, taking some time to making some time to take time to do that. So I do feel like, even though they're like meditation and sitting still and being still, I'm feeling like that is more where spirit are guiding you to do more of that side type of meditation. Yes, the walking and the other exercising and the yoga, and that is really good, and it does take you to that place to a point, but I feel they're more encouraging you to like be sitting still and doing meditation like that, and more often than not. And it may be like sitting in the garden or something like that, or going into the ngahere and sitting there, but when you're taking some time to actually sit and be still. So I'm just like noticing, I don't know why, but my battery, it's telling me my energy is low. So I'm just going to plug that in. So maybe your battery or your energy is low for that to come up. So, and that's one way to plug in your energy, to plug in to Mother Earth, to plug in to source energy or the God energy, the Christ energy, or whatever it is that you plug into. But pulling that energy or plugging that energy and rejuvenating yourself and creating that, that stillness, that space within you. Okay, so there's something that to keep in mind for that. So with that, and like I say, some of you may be moving into that, or you may be already in there and feeling and maybe that is where your resistance is going into that space. Okay, cool. Then we have the Seven of Cups here. So the Seven of Cups in this, and the physical thing, the thing about with the physical in this one is that I use my imagination. So the Seven of Cups in the other decks is, it shows like all these different dreams and these that are out there. Some of the, and the goals and the dreams for in the future. However, this one is similar. So, but it's like making that that connection with it. So there's some or that emotional connection that it is here, it is coming, that whatever it is that you desire to have in your life or move into your life. So, but it's about taking some physical action towards it now. And some of them you may have, accomplished in this year. I was going to say in this last year. Well, year 2019 and this year 2020 as well. And there's some of them that may be a little, you've taken some steps and they're not quite within your reach yet, but you've taken steps, so it's there to move into. Basically, what I'm seeing here is like there is a world, there is a ball of energy up there, and I'm seeing that as like the world. As well, or the planet or the earth. It's like it really is there for you to accomplish. Okay, so this is about using your imagination as to how and what that looks like for you is, and putting those like vision board out there. Okay, so as to your next steps in this future, but it's taking those steps. So things are coming to the fore. Okay, to the fore for you, where you're beginning to get a bit more. The more you step forward to it, or the more you take more steps towards researching whatever it is, and contemplating this idea, that idea, making decisions even as to which way you're wanting to go, the quicker you will get there. So, and then we have on a spiritual level the Ace of Wands. So there's something about there's this like about moving into like taking action and with doing something. So because it's got in the spiritual side, of things, it's like, there's interesting. So maybe there's an awakening, you're having more of an awakening of a connection with spirit on the, or this, not just with spirit as in doing this work, but spiritually connecting to yourself, but in a different way, and taking more notice of things, like you're consciously aware and you're more mindful of what is going on around you in the universe, in the world, on this planet, and right in your own, in your own backyard or in your own home. It's like there's this sense of being connected to you know, you on a deeper level, basically, and finding out who you are. So there's a shift in there where wherever you are with it, and that's, so some of you maybe this may be something new for you, but and some of you maybe you've dabbled with it, and it maybe you have been doing this week and you maybe put it aside, or you parked it up, or whatever. There's something new, but I do feel like there is something coming through, that maybe, you know, some sort of spiritual message, some sort of guidance in some way. But this is really connecting yourself with yourself on a spiritual level, basically, what I'm hearing with this one. And it talks about, this card in this deck for the Ace of Wands talks about I am the catalyst. So this is about you taking action with whatever it is that you're doing, not just on the spiritual, if it's spiritual work that you're doing, or whatever it is that's coming up with, that's fine. But it could be with a new job, it could be with a relationship, it could be like moving, you know, like into or out of. It's like taking steps to do what it is that you have put out there to, you know, do, be, give, and have in your life, or how you want to do, be, give, and have things in your life, who you want to do, be, give, and have things in your life with, and all that sort of thing. So it's kind of, there's a deeper inner bubbling up and a clearing out of ways, so you can go into doing that, you know, achieving what it is that you're wanting to achieve. Whoa. So then we have the World and the Princess of Pentacles, as well as the Princess of Cups. So the Princess of Cups, the Princess in this deck is the Page in other decks, more traditional decks. So there's a lot of new beginnings, and the World is here, and, you know, on a soul level, the World has popped up. So universe, I am your beloved conduit for the radiance, and grace of life. So that's what this energy is about there. The World is really literally out there for you to connect with, basically. Okay. And then we have the Prince of Pentacles. So there's something new beginning with a new beginning. So the Prince of Pentacles is, you know, the pages, you know, they're about a new beginning, or the next of a phase, or something that you've been working, or a project that you've been working. You get to like 9, there's a completion of a cycle, and then we have the 10, it's like the transitioning from that cycle into the new cycle. And then we have the Prince or the Princess, or the Page or the Princess in here of Pentacles. So there's a shift into your in your energy, and it's about, because, you know, Pentacles is, for me, is about family, and not as well as you know, financial wealth and career and that sort of thing, but it's also about energy, because, you know, money and that sort of thing is like an exchange of energy. So there's that sort of there. So there's a new exchanges of energy in different forms with people, with friends that have probably connected with financial abundance and things like that. So or prosperity. And then we have also like a shift in the new beginnings with family dynamics as well, with that one as well. So there's some beautiful newness coming in there. So on a soul level they're coming through. But then they have the Princess of Cups. So the Page of Cups is even with an emotional side of things. It's like, I offer you artistic beauty is what this card talks about, or she talks about. So there's a newness in the way we talked about that earlier, about the creating things with the Seven of Cups. So there's something on a soul level too that has come through about, you know, creativity, intuition, connecting with your intuition. And maybe there is a new, you know, you're noticing your intuition shifting and maybe a little bit sharper, or there may be something new about your intuition in the way that compared to what it used to be like in the past, you know, or then, yeah, in the past. There's shifting in that even, and also in your emotions, the way that you are dealing with things. It's like you're growing, or you're growing up to the next level, kind of. It's like, in the sense that you more understand what is going on now, and with your emotions, and being able to discern it more when you're in that fight or flight situation, or impulsive emotional side of things, and whether you're in that, you know, or whether it's your emotion or not, and you've picked it up off somebody else. So there's that side of things as well. So there's a lot going on, a lot of learning, and a lot of growing, and in the sense, and growing, not growing. We'll see what we've got here. So we go moving down into the next row now and moving into, you know, the Seven of Pentacles here. Whoa. So there's something there that, yeah, there is, maybe you're needing to make a decision. So I'm carefully bringing things to life. So there's something there where maybe something is working, but it's like you're wanting or needing and, you know, feeling that you're needing to move on from something, maybe a work job, you know, or career. Maybe you may be doing like, maybe not so much giving up your day job, but having a part-time business or looking at something, a hobby business or a new something else, a business that you're like wanting to have a go at or try it and just see how it goes before you move on. But it could be also to do with study, could be also to do with you know, as well, that's something where there's going to be a shift or a change in your financial situation. And this is why there's that deciding thing where there's the point is like, where am I going? What am I doing? You know, and I don't feel like for a lot of you, it's not so much in a panic way. It's just really just making a choice. So there's, you know, it's like, okay, I'm just like, you know, I'm carefully bringing things to life. So you're building on something as in shifting into a new space. Some of you, it could be that you, financially wise, it could be to do with family. As well, there's maybe something, a shifting away or a moving away from family or moving towards family, depending on what is happening around you. So there's something where you're making, wanting to, you know, it's like, okay, shall I stay here or shall I go there, or shall I do this or shall I do that, and with whom shall I do this, and what, in that sort of thing. So I feel like there's, in amongst that, there is some clearing out where you're more able to make some decisions. So there's a little bit of fidgetiness around. You may be noticing me like fidgeting around a bit, but there's a sense of, you know, not just uncomfortableness, but an unsettled energy as well. So, and then we have the Justice card, which is coming upside down, so, or in reverse. And I'm just going to turn it around. So up the right way. So there may be, I reap what I sow and I choose to walk the path of truth, okay, with this card. So, and it's actually on the physical, okay, line. Okay, I'm just like listening because it just went really silent. So I'm just hearing and feeling like at that point, not a lot, but that there is a time that may be a bit of stillness there. So as you're contemplating moving forward. So, but it's like, this is where they were talking about being mindful about what you're putting out. So putting out there. So the justice system, there seems to be like a balancing. There may be a little, because it's upside down and was in reverse, there may be a little bit of imbalancing, unbalanced energy there around you. Coming into it, that maybe something may seem a little bit unbalanced and something may not be. I'm hearing for some of you, how you thought it might have gone, it may not go. And so I'm hearing that, you know, this is where there's a little bit of go in the way that you plan, because there may be some interference in there. So just being mindful about how you react, how you respond to the situation when it does come up, because it's like I'm feeling for you, like not to get too involved with it, but I'm feeling for those of you, there's something coming that maybe it's like what I'm hearing is like for whatever is happening, it's like that, like it literally says, what you sow is what you reap. What you sow is what you, I reap what I sow. So what you sow is what you reap. Gosh. Basically. So it's being, you know, not getting caught up in something, some drama, what I'm hearing, because, you know, what goes around comes around, and that's what that card is like. What you sow is what you reap. So that's why they're talking, that's like, put it up that way, not getting caught in that, because that would, yeah, because otherwise you're going to tip the scale. So it's unbalanced. It's not even. Okay. Whoa. That was really interesting. And then we have the Queen of Swords. And that's in reverse as well. So I'm going to turn her around. So I serve a noble cause, and I feel like there may be, you know, something may come up for it to be, and you know, it's like you may go out of, you may, what I'm hearing is like, because the swords, this is you may be quite cutting in the way that you communicate. So it's remembering about, you know, what you reap is what you sow. It's just remembering how you see things, what you're thinking about. It may be what you're thinking, but it's like how you respond to it, how you communicate afterwards. So because, you know, what I'm hearing for a lot of you is you can be quite to the point and quite cutting, but you could also be quite, you know, not very, you know, speak really nicely and very amicable about situations, and have the right words to settle the energy. So this is about being mindful about which energy you're going to go in and how you're going to communicate that. But it is also about you asserting your power. And not always do we have to, like, this is where they're talking about there, about how you're going to respond. Being mindful that you're not getting caught in the bullshit and getting, you know, matching whatever it is, you know, that energy that's going there. It's like shifting it because you're not that person. What they're talking about here earlier on about honoring yourself. This is about you going in and honoring yourself. And then to get on the soul level, there's the Four of Cups, and that is in reverse. So in this one, it's like, I am hurt and poisoned by lies. So you may feel a little bit like that. So in reverse, I'm here feeling like I'm going to turn it around. So even though you may feel like a little bit like that, and it's like, or some stuff might come up, it's like, you know what, I've got through this. I've got through this, and that, and actually, and I have all these tools, and what have I learned from that? I'm not going to let this get in my way, because in the background there may be like 3 cups that are tipped over, poured out, and that, but there is one there that is not so. So there's like, they're not poured out. So there's something that's in the background that you haven't noticed yet, and so they're coming into that feeling gratitude, and because there is a gift there, even with all this whatever drama that was going on in here. But I'm feeling like this is not just in this, you know, coming up, but or there may be something that comes up that it reminds you of something in the past as well. So, and it may not be as intense as what it was in the past, but something was going to come up to rattle you, but also to challenge you, to test you, and to see, you know, the growth. So you can see the growth in you, within you, that has, you know, that has got you to where you are now. So there's that sense of gratitude and looking for the gift in it, because I feel like there's something there in the background there, that there is a gift that you're not seeing or not acknowledging. Okay, it is a gift. For some of you, there literally is a gift there. So it's like looking outside of that, and it's like leaving whatever that other bullshit is there. It's like really, you know, and when you allow yourself to let go of the bullshit or the drama, and this is your stuff as well as other people's or other stuff that's going on, it's like, okay, you can move in your own, on your own free will, because we have free will and we have choice, you know, of how we're going to walk, navigate, respond to things in our life. Okay, so they're also talking about intuition, you know, because that's come up a little bit here with intuition, and like being creative about, you know, about stuff, and how you about, you know, on a soul level, I feel like there's a lot of stuff that's being there that's actually shifting you and pushing you out to do what it is that you're wanting to do, but there's some things there that you're not quite seeing there that is actually there, gifts that are in the background. I'm saying gifts, not just gifts, because where there is one, there is a more and behind it, Spirit is saying. So and this is about you being more, takes you into being, you know, going a little bit deeper into you know, your emotional relationship with yourself, but also in that connection, emotional connection with yourself, and also with others, you know, relationships as well with others, not only yourself. But when we've got that sorted, you know, or when we're on that that waka of, you know, building our relationship with ours, with ourselves. I'm speaking for myself and watching others when they, you know, and observing others. It's like there's a shift in energy around not just oneself, but around with others as well. So it's kind of, I mean, it's a very interesting journey. And then we have the Hanged Man. And I'm using the Voyager Tarot here. So the Hanged Man comes in and he's like, and I'm just hearing like it with the mind, it's like seeing things from another point of view, okay? So there may be some things that you are now like seeing more, or you come into seeing things more from another point of view, not just your own. And it's not saying like you're packing up your own. This is just seeing another person's point of view, or another way, or another angle around it, or, you know, another point of view, basically. And then you can make a choice as to which way you're going to go. But I do feel like, because it's like typically the right foot is, you know, that with the Hanged Man is the one that's been, you know, he's been hung by, or they've been hung by. You know, there's something about movement, you know, physically unable to move, but it's like switching that mindset, basically. So you, or getting out of that mindset that you can't move because you can. Okay, cool. Now we'll just see what comes up next. Oh, okay, I know I don't want those, that doesn't feel right. So we'll just see what happens for Libra for the month, for January 1st to January 15th, 2021. Wow, it's taking a little while to, okay, there we go. So the Child of Cups. So the Child of Cups in this deck is the Knight of Cups. So there's something moving on a physical level there, that feeling your way, because there's the feeler in this card. So very much feeling your way through things. This card, you know, the Knight of Cups is also known to be a lover of some sort, and energy coming in. So as well. So there may be a love interest that's coming in, that strolls on in into your life as well. So, you know, it's interesting that this is on the physical level, but this, I do feel like this is more as well as whether this Knight energy comes in, this Knight of Cups energy, or the lover energy comes in with this Knight, or not. This is really about you, you know, connecting with your intuition, feeling, sensing your way through, but also being open to being creative to work around things, to as you're moving through things with your feelings and your emotions, but also being creative with relationships as well. So, and building your relationships, and what can you do to, you know, either better receive them, or better share, give, receive, give, and receive as well. Wow, it's getting really hot in here now. A lot of energy. So, and then we have, you know, the Ten of Worlds. So on a spiritual level, and when we're looking at it, bringing it together, there's rewards, okay, with the Ten. So there's something, a transition, like with this work that you've been doing on yourself, you know, in, you know, mind, body, spirit, and soul, that you've been working with in yourself, in your awakening, you could call it. It's like, well, not just even in your awakening, just in everyday life. It's just, it's like you've been processing things, and then something is, you know, you're in this transition now. So on a spiritual level, it's like your financial, the way that you see money, finances, family, energy, and that as well is shifting as well, because there's a sense of reward that's coming. It's like spirit maybe bringing you something for, you know, because you've put out for something, and it's like, okay, and you've done the work on yourself. So it's like maybe you are rewarding yourself with something. So it may be like you reward yourself. It's time to take a break as well. But I do feel like, you know, when this card, it's like there's a sense that of achievement as well that comes through. That's one of another word that they want to like chuck in there, because it is about you looking at, you know, what you've achieved, what you've worked for, the reward is there in this happy, healthy, you know, this happy, healthy, loving family life, you know, stability within the finances, and, you know, all sorts of things. in high energy, or energy. In that sense, there's that, things are starting to come together for you. And then we have the Four of Wands, and this aspiration in this one. So on a soul level, there's something coming through, aspiration, moving, shifting into something, something that you're wanting to create, but it's like taking those steps that you feel that you're drawn to on a soul level to get going with, okay? It just kind of feels a little bit to me, not flowing as well as, as it's flowing in a different way for you, but it's kind of, and it might seem a little bit bitsy, like what has been going on, and it's like things going to come together, but things are kind of coming together in a roundabout way. It's just not how you think or how you feel it should do, in a way. Oh, shivers. Here we go. And I'm just going to finish off. Oh, there's a card over here. I did not see that one. Oh, it's gone over there. Okay, so I want to go to the Prince of Wands, which is the Knight of, the Page of Wands. Hang on a minute. Now, the Prince of Wands is the Knight of Wands. I'm just thinking about which deck I've got here. Is the Knight of Wands in traditional type decks. So there's a lot of energy there, and movement is to, he's the entrepreneur energy. He's the one with all these ideas, and there's this enthusiasm, motivation, and that sort of thing. He can also be over enthusiastic to the point, and then he can be a bit pushy and maybe a bit arrogant, and there may be someone that comes in that you may be needing to, finding it a little bit tricky to stand up for yourself and to get your point across and do whatever it is you're wanting to do. So just saying, but it may be too that you may be needing to go into this sort of energy, and it may be for yourself, is bringing this energy out in yourself to push you a little bit more, is why I feel like he may be coming through. But there's something, and get cracking and getting things moving. So I want to pop that in the middle here. It's kind of like an overall sort of a card or energy there with this Knight of Wands. Just saying that, he's there to help you. This energy is you. So you may be feeling a surge of energy around you that's coming up, or even like right now, to get cracking with super cracking and super quickly to get things done in preparation for next year. Okay, but I'm hearing in the background is don't panic. Okay, because this is about consistency, because this card fell out. Okay, so it's being consistent with your actions and with your with the actions that you're taking. He's here to help you to do that, with that momentum, motivation, to help you bring your ideas together, all your new ideas, and to tap into your imagination to help bring that out as well. So you've got imagination there with this one, the Seven of Cups there as well. So it's it's all there, and your intuition. Okay, no, I don't really need to go there with that one. Okay, so quiet again. So take a breath. Take some time out. Do take a breath. It's not about, even though the energy here, I'm just hearing in the background, it's not about, even though there is a sense of I want to say the word urgency comes out, but it's not to say that it's to rush, but there's a sense of urgency to sit and plan, to sit and meditate, to sit in stillness, or whatever it is. So you can sense those messages in whichever way that you receive them from spirit and your and source energy, so you could bring everything together that you in a way that is not going to so much overwhelm you, but this is about planning. Okay, planning. And just putting it out there and writing, getting it down like a vision board or some sort of thing, or a plan or a goal list or something like that, and then breaking it down again, okay, into some steps. So it's this is where they're going, and so yeah, just to keep you on track, okay, but consistency. Okay, so I'm going to leave that there with you, Libra. So I will see you in a couple of weeks' time. So anyway, have a wonderful New Year celebration. Stay safe, keep safe, and there's an amazing journey that's coming up. So it's like, be ready is what I'm hearing in the background. So anyway, I'll leave it there with lots of love, peace, harmony, and joy, excitement and adventure. Also prosperity and abundance. And that comes from myself and also my amazing spiritual team. And I will see you also in Libra. And like I said, once again, I'm going to say it again, have a happy New Year's celebration. Bye for now.